One bad diagnosis on a medical problem for your daughter and the whole thing turns upside down. It's time to raise Social Security payments across the board and disability payments, both.
Now folks, we have a lot of news to cover in this video. There's a lot of news surrounding a fourth stimulus check, your unemployment benefits, and of course SSI and SSDI payments. Alright everybody, just be sure to stay until the end of this video to never miss out on the very important stimulus check news. The IRS has said millions of Americans should file their taxes right now, and millions of Americans will soon be receiving more financial aid from the federal government in the form of monthly payments. Folks, what are your thoughts on this? Should every American receive a fourth stimulus check of $1,000 a month? Let me know in the comments below. And before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family. On this channel, I do my best in providing you with the most up-to-date and reliable stimulus check news. The whole goal of this channel is to have every member of my community receive an additional stimulus check and an increase on the Social Security benefits if you're on them. And if you guys agree with me, then leave a comment down below saying I agree. Folks, I want you to know this. If you're still procrastinating on a 2020 income tax return, you might want to know that filing before the deadline could put money into your pocket. This year, filing on time can help you get the correct amount of your advanced child tax credit. It can also help you get a plus-up payment if the IRS underestimated the amount of your third stimulus check. For the IRS to determine how much money you'll receive in 2021, the tax agency needs your 2020 tax information. And there are several reasons why filing your tax return as soon as possible could benefit you, as well as how filing a tax extension could also affect you. Now, if you guys already filed your 2020 tax return but have not received your refund, I'll be going over what you just have to know. This July, everybody, the first payment of the expanded child tax credit is expected to go out. You may be eligible to receive up to $3,600 over 7 payments if you qualify. To determine how much money you will actually get, the IRS needs to know your adjusted gross income. That is why it's important to you. That's why it is important to file your 2020 taxes as soon as possible, so the IRS is using your most recent tax figures when it calculates your payments. Otherwise, your payment may be smaller than you're eligible for. In addition, folks, the IRS said that qualifying families will have another opportunity to update changes to income, filing status, and the number of qualifying dependents with more information. Now, if you did already receive your third stimulus check, you also may be eligible for a plus-up payment, but only if the IRS has your 2020 tax return. If the IRS based your payment on your 2019 tax return, but your 2020 federal tax return shows you qualify for more money for that third payment, the IRS is then going to send you the difference as a separate payment. Your federal tax returns this year are also how you'll receive any money that the IRS owes you from the first 2 rounds of stimulus. If you either didn't get a payment or got less than you were eligible to receive, you can claim that money on your federal tax forms as a rebate credit when you file taxes this year. And that goes the same for non-filers, which are those who are not normally required to file a tax return. Now, if you wait to file your taxes closer to a new later due date, you are also waiting to receive your money, which will be bundled into your tax return. So folks, if you need time beyond May 17th, you can file a tax extension, which will give you until October 15th to complete and send your paperwork to the IRS. Everybody, the IRS said this: refunds started going out as early as Friday and will continue through the summer. That's as the IRS reviews up to 10 million tax returns filed with the tax agency before Joe Biden signed the American Rescue Plan into law back in March. Everybody, just know that unemployment income is taxable, but the American Rescue Plan, which extended unemployment benefits until September, let taxpayers exclude 2020 unemployment income of up to $10,200. Married filers who earn less than $150,000 could exclude up to $20,400 from the taxes. The IRS pledged in March to review all 2020 tax returns filed before President Biden signed the law and to issue refunds later in the year. The IRS noted that the $10,200 and $20,400 are the amounts exempt from taxable unemployment income in 2020, but they are not the refund amounts. In the first quarter of 2020, the U.S. economy grew at a rate of around 6.4%, faster than the 4.3% rate from the fourth quarter of 2020. The annual rate of growth could reach double digits in the second quarter, according to the Bureau of Economic Analysis. The increase in the first quarter GDP reflected the continued economic recovery, reopening of establishments, and the government response to the crisis. Thank you for watching, everybody. I truly appreciate everyone's amazing support. Until next time, have a great day and stay safe.
All of that vital infrastructure have been both inadequate and inequitable. So take our roads, which are earned a D on the most recent infrastructure report card from the American Society for Civil Engineers. 1 out of every 5 miles of American highways and roads is in poor condition. So we're failing to adequately fund basic road maintenance and repairs, much less invest in transit modernization and electrification. It holds back our economy. This contributes to climate crisis. It harms public health, especially in minority communities. Ms. Sheehan, you have worked for over a decade on public transit, including bridges and highways in Massachusetts. So let me ask you, would large-scale investments in transit electrification help communities across the country?
Well, thank you for that question, Senator, and the answer is yes. Transit agencies and DOTs are embracing electrification. I believe at this point, transit agencies in over 40 states have chosen to pursue electric bus purchases despite the higher initial purchase prices, because the benefits justify that additional investment with significant cost savings in terms of operations because of the increased fuel efficiency. So it's about a 78% lower lifetime fuel cost compared to traditional vehicles. But most importantly, these vehicles are quieter, and there's 100% reduction in tailpipe emissions, which improves quality of life for everyone who lives adjacent to public transit routes. And that's why all states are continuing to pursue these investments.
So thank you. That's very helpful, Ms. Sheehan. Here we are falling behind on these investments. We need to go big to combat climate change and to grow our economy. Now, President Biden has proposed investing $174 billion in vehicle electrification, which is a good start. The Build Green Infrastructure and Jobs Act that I introduced with Senator Markey and Representatives Levin and Ocasio-Cortez would invest $500 billion over 10 years to help us get to all electric public vehicles and rail. Longevity of Social Security for decades to come. The way I see this is after a lifetime of hard work, people are entitled to retire with a little dignity, and that means protecting and expanding Social Security. It means protecting and expanding disability.
How does $200 extra a month help work?
It's not perfect. It doesn't fix everything, but understand, $200 a month would lift about 4.5 million people out of poverty. It would sure ease up the budgets for millions more.